Joining us now for 5 insightful minutes is Army Talk friend, Chad Lusk, the partner and managing director at the A&M Consumer and Retail Group. Chad will be discussing with us his company's latest report on the most impactful in-store digital technology investments within the grocery industry. Chad, first of all, tell us about this new report series and why you felt it was so important to come on our show and discuss it with us today.
Pilots and rollouts of in-store technology have been coming out at a blistering pace, and our clients have been asking us all kinds of questions in terms of where to invest and what has the staying power and what they need to do going forward. So we launched this retail report series on consumer-facing in-store technology, which we'll do semi-annually across retail sectors, starting with grocery here. And we think we've captured the timing well, because when COVID took consumer traffic online, most retail investments followed suit, for instance, in fulfillment, retail media networks outside the store. But lo and behold, once the US consumer started to shop in store again, retail investments have re-entered with them. So after a relative pause, things have really picked up in-store investments, and we've seen some pretty big announcements in the past couple months.
With that said, Chad, it's the first grocery edition. What technologies did you decide to cover and why?
So we started by following the news. In May, Walmart announced the rollout of 60 million digital shelf labels. A few weeks later, Kroger said it was expanding digital smart cooler screens to 500 stores. Innovative Schnucks is going big with smart shopping carts. So we started with those three.
Okay.
But beyond just covering headlines, all three of these hit really clear value propositions, albeit differently. So it's important to recognize why retailers make tech investments: to create an operational efficiency and enhance margin, to improve a customer experience, and of course, to sell more goods. But tons of different benefits and use cases, but pick a primary source for your ROI. Right? With electronic shelf labels, it's about the ROI in labor savings, in replacing all of those hours of manual label changes. With cooler screens, you're trying to drive top-line sales growth through additional unplanned or impulse purchases. Smart carts are interesting. I think the jury's still out. On the surface, it appears the primary benefit is an alternative to a just walk-out cashierless experience, but I believe the ROI really needs to come through opportunities in serving personalized content to shoppers. Of course, all these are still being tested, but Walmart and Kroger's rollouts demonstrate some realized ROI there.
Yeah, this has also been the year of the retail media network, almost potentially too much so. So how do you realistically see retail media networks showing up in store?
I'd say today, not very well. Any of these places where you see these digital ads showing up, whether it's cooler screens, smart carts, kiosks, TVs, they're trying to generate an impulse buy, but what they're actually providing are broadcast TV commercials for the general population. It's like bringing the living room into the store. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't bring the e-com experience to the store. Today, in-store doesn't match the power of retail media networks online because it's missing a critical component. You have the background analytics to drive consumer preferences. You now have mechanisms to show the advertising in store, but what's been missing is the customer identification, so knowing who you are. You have that sign in online, but in a store, the retailer historically has only ever been able to know who I am at exit when I'm paying and I put in my loyalty number, when it's too late to do anything about it. You can't personalize when you don't know who the person is, and that's what makes retail media networks online so powerful, that personalization. So once a retailer can know who you are, walking the store at entry, you complete that trifecta and can bring the full power of retail media networks into the store. So it combines the shiny toys we're talking about with the know-how.
So Chad, what are you advising that grocery retailers do when contemplating these and other technology investments to make?
In a world of limited capital, you have to pick the technology that hits on the most critical and appropriate use case based on your unique value prop. So choose among the 3-point framework that makes sense for your brand, your customers, and your roadmap, whether you're driving operational excellence, customer experience, or top-line growth. Second, pilot, test, learn. Don't be overly wedded to anything, knowing when to walk away. These ROIs are still being developed, and they're unique to individual customer segments. Just because Kroger is rolling out cooler screens doesn't mean it works for X regional discount grocers.
Right.
And finally, as perhaps the most important, future-proof your investments, right? Think about what technologies allow future flexibility so you don't lock yourself in, but allow for additional benefits that just compound over time as other tech around the store improves.
In your personal opinion, which of the technologies that you've discussed today, if you were a grocer, would be at the top of your investment list?
I don't want to talk out both sides of my mouth, so I would start by saying it depends, right? Not going to be right for everyone. Again, it's assuming that it's fits with my unique value prop based on what I just said. I think electronic shelf labels excite me the most here because of the three, there's the most clear, compelling ROI case in terms of the labor efficiency and savings, and whether that is distorting labor to other elements in the store or having the opportunity for reduction. But what really gets me excited is around where this can go in the future, combining it with other elements of a baseline infrastructure that creates a smart store of the future. Cameras, monitoring, dwell time, dynamic pricing. This opens up so much of an infrastructure within the store that's my number one right now.
Couldn't agree more. Thank you,
Thanks,
Chad.
Chad.